Well, good evening and welcome to the Methodist Conference AfterShow. We are live. It's just after 8 o'clock. It's Monday of Methodist Conference and I've got Matt Forsyth here with me. Good evening, Matthew.
Hello. God, I didn't expect you to bring me in so fast, Tim. You all right? How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Keep me on my toes in this post day one of conference chat. How you doing?
Well, exactly. Yeah, really good. Thanks. Really good. It's always nice to have you here. Thought everybody might like to see your lovely face.
Oh, well, I put some makeup on. We're ready for today's show. It's great to see everyone in the comment section. What a day we've had. What a day.
Absolutely. Welcome, Colin. It's a lovely
evening.
summer's evening there. It's murky and misty in Bedfordshire.
Same out here.
Stopped raining in Cornwall. That's good.
Hey,
it's chilly in Solihull. Hey, let us know, folks, where you are, where you're from, where you're joining us from, what you watch, what the weather's like,
what you're watching, what you're
watching on the other screen. That's not us.
Yeah,
what's more interesting than me and Matt?
Do you do that thing, Tim, when you're watching TV and you watch something else on your phone, or is that just me? Or have it on your iPad? I'm terrible for that. Just having
especially when there's football on, I end up watching more than one game, and you don't watch either game, do you? You watch the space between the two screens. It's a
no.
But we
don't do that Methodist conference with Methodist conference on and that alone, don't we?
Of course, full concentration on Methodist conference. Hello, Elizabeth. Nice to have you.
Good evening.
Tim's here from the USA. Welcome.
Look at this. We're a global show.
We are. Yeah.
A global conference.
Thanks, Kate. Absolutely. Oh, it's overcast in Somerset. And Michael right here.
Not good.
The football is on Nigel's other screen.
Okay, no worries, Nigel. We're not taking offence to that, Nigel.
Keep us up to date with the score, Nigel.
Yeah, let us know.
Cracking game earlier. James Morley might be joining us later, and he's got his makeup on.
Happy days.
That's very exciting. George is here from Uxbridge. You're very welcome, George. Hello from Sheffield, Sally.
Hello.
More Lincolnshire.
Fancy. There we go. Tim, I have to stop you just for a moment there as you go through the comments. I have to say that this, unlike the Methodist Conference, this is not sponsored by CPD oil. I just wanted to say that. There was a lot of chat right at the beginning of Methodist Conference there about the CPD. So just to let you know, this is not a sponsored CPD advert. There's a lot of chat about that right at the beginning. Introduced by your mother, by no least.
Yeah, there was, no major oil brands, I don't believe. Give all we can any money, actually.
But if they would like to give us money, we're open to it right now. So
absolutely,
please donate.
Sunny and warm in Clitheroe. Andy Murray's smashing it. Apparently, that's good.
Yes, the tennis
as well. I need 3 screens.
Oh goodness. What we did a chat show, Tim. Why are we not watching the sport? Why are we doing? Whose idea was this?
I don't know, but thankfully, Andy File is not wearing makeup tonight.
I thought he said he was. Sorry.
Thanks for letting us know, Andy. Always good to hear. Now, some of you tuning in will have been watching Methodist Conference all day. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you've been on the Zoom call. Maybe you're a delegate. Maybe you've been watching along on the live stream. Maybe you've dipped in and out. Or maybe you've just happened to have scrolled through All Weekend's Facebook or YouTube at just this exact moment and found us here and thought, what is Methodist Conference? Well, here's somebody far more qualified than either you or I to explain it. Let me introduce Lorraine Miller.
Methodist Conference, when 400 or 500 of us gather from all over the country with our ecumenical friends and world church partners, when we elect our leaders for the year called the President and the Vice President, when we ordain people to ministry. All of this to make new disciples and transform the world. This week we'll be talking and discussing climate change, sharing bread and wine online, transforming our relationship with schools, thinking, debating, deciding how we can be totally inclusive with our LGBTQI brothers and sisters, how we should think about ministry, what it means to be a trustee of the church, and lots more. Friends link up, much coffee and other beverages are drunk. It's late nights and early mornings when we worship God, when we debate, when we confer, when we make decisions, laugh, cry, celebrate and commiserate. It's one of the highlights of the Methodist year, and it's fab.
And it's fab. Great job, Lorraine. Thank you.
Very good job. I was a bit worried. I was worried about halfway through, Tim, where she seemed to kind of slow down and kind of get into preaching mode. I thought, no, come on, Lorraine, keep going. She did a great job. Really strong job. And finished well done.
Absolutely.
Very
So
good.
we've got a few people who are committed to the cause. George, thank you. He's left Andy Murray to do the win without him, so that he can come and join in. Thanks for cheering along,
Great stuff.
George. Jane's keeping an eye on the football as well. That's very good. Lots of chat about socks and sandals too. Sally talking about a sockathon, and then Holly's come in to say, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the socks and sandals debate that was raging at Methodist Conference earlier.
Well, it kind of set the tone, didn't it, for conference quite interestingly about having a socks and sandals debate. And do feel free to chime in. You know, you could only say yay or nay, couldn't you? So if you want to put your name to a certain comment about socks and sandals, but now's your opportunity, because it did seem to. It was a landslide, but it wasn't completely. It was still some split.
There's still some dissenting voices in there. I'm sure my dad was amongst them. Great defender of the sock with the sandal.
Great defender. Well done, Andrew. Still living the dream. Living the dream. Absolutely. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Also, Tim, I have to say, I wonder anyone in the comment section can let us know there's seen really good Zoom backgrounds. Because there's some people are in the building, aren't they, for Methodist Conference, but some are joining from Zoom. So I wonder if we should just maybe start a little competition here. I was thinking, Tim, like who can have the most, kind of, not say weirdest thing in the background, but kind of like just something, abnormal, just something you wouldn't expect to be in your office, or where like Richard Till's giraffe last year caught the imagination of the conference, didn't it?
It did.
So I just wonder, could there be something, quite as unusual, just like that we can maybe start to having people's backgrounds in Zoom? I just wonder, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be good. Yeah, I've gone for Lego today. Got some Lego
like
in the
Lego.
background.
Very strong.
You and I also have a bit of a tradition of secreting shoes around our offices.
We do.
Keep that going. So let us know. Show us this in the coming week. We'll be here at 8:00 every night this week.
Yes.
Let us know what you're hiding in the background of Zoom, or if you want to hide the whole of your background across Zoom, we do have the All We Can official Zoom background that's available to download at allwecan.org.uk/conference. And it looks like that. Look how cool that is.
That's a thing of beauty.
If you haven't tidied your study for a few days, then that's a little gift from your
friends. And your face just goes right in the middle of that path. It's perfect. It's designed just for that. To do.
Taking you on your next steps. More about that later. But in the meantime, should we have some poetry?
I think we should, definitely. It's James Morley, Metal Methodist. How you doing, James?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very good for seeing you, James. It's almost like you would think Tim's just grown a beard and like, because like the glass is the same, everything. It's like kind of just Tim.
Have you ever seen me or Tim in the same room at the same time? That's the question.
Do you know what? It's
Use my background.
Yeah, my mind's been blown right now, James. James, how are you doing today? You enjoying conference so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Sort of in between meetings, so it's been really good to catch up with people updating on social media. We're not able to see the streams. I've just had a bit of a disaster. Inspired by shoes and Lego, I tried to put my Dr. Martin with my new laces in on top of my guitar, just to create it in the background. I've just trashed my guitar. So up until that point, it's going really well. Thank you very much.
So basically, we're not picking that bill up, okay? There's a disclaimer there. Anyone destroys their guitars or anything else, we'll not pick up the bill. But James, you're also a man of many talents. Not only are you a co-superintendent in Sheffield, but you're also an amazing poet, we know. And I believe you've got some words to share with us tonight. Am I right?
I have. I think this is the first evening, try to pick up everything that's happened in the conference so far. Maybe not as well as Lorraine Mellor, but we'll have a go. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Over to you, James. Over to you.
No, countdown. All right. No. So it's time to step into something with a difference. All we can invite you to step in to conference. We celebrate those who had an invitation, those whose journey led them to ordination, those received into full connection. There can be no doubt, there can be no question. The call, you are worthy. Dignity and worthiness for all. Because if we budge up, there is room at the table. Come not because you must, but because you are able. And in God, we are all accepted from the cradle to be utterly saved from whatever we thought was our grave. Around this table, as I look into your eyes, I realise that uniquely in your face is, for me, a means of grace. It's about love, not age, sex, ability, or race. The good news is this. The good news is justice. And it can be a kingdom come, can be heaven on earth for everyone. And it starts with you and me. If we rise to take the knee, if we kneel to take a stand. So Tim and Matt, let's just do all we can. I had to get all we can in there somehow. The end.
Amazing. Well done. That was really good. James, you're an absolute star, Metal Methodist. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And you can check out James's socials. Go and find at Metal Methodist, Metal_Methodist, I believe.
Yes.
Loads of awesome stuff if you like that. There's plenty more where it came from. James is prolific. So thank you, my friend.
James, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the conference. See you soon.
See you soon.
Good man. Good man. Wasn't that incredible, Tim?
What an absolute hero. Yeah.
That was so good.
Lots of love pouring in the comments.
What a way to kick off the first night after show of day one of conference with a bit of James Morley Metal Methodist poetry. I mean, you couldn't get much better than that, really, right at the start.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Step into conference poetry.
Into conference.
There's Kate, a poet, enjoying another poet at work. Absolutely. That's what we like to see.
We like stepping into conference, don't we?
We do. And a trashed guitar as well. Just rock and roll all the way through. Tim's coming back to that previous conversation. Can somebody manage to hide Wesley in the back of their Zoom? That would be impressive.
Why don't we?
Why don't we? Look forward to seeing somebody giving that a go.
I mean, especially as we step into conference, isn't it? It's about right.
Absolutely. If you weren't there on Saturday, you don't understand what we're doing. But step into conference, Elton John, brought home by Reverend Ellis Matthews. Thank you for that. It is a thing. Let's make it a thing.
Love that.
Thanks, Matt, and a big thank you to James as well. I'm really excited that James is not the only guest we've got with us this evening.
What an after show, Tim.
I would like to introduce Catherine. Catherine Dixon, welcome to the after show.
Hello. Oh,
hello.
Hold on. We need my camera's out of there.
Oh, look, there we go.
There we go.
Can I spot some shoes in the background?
Well, if you're going to invite me to step into conference, and tonight I've been stepping into conference all day. I've spoken to various people who saw me present the memorials earlier today, and some of them were so focused on how serious the business was, they didn't notice the subtleties of the background. But today I've been stepping into conference with these, which 6 years ago I was ordained in these very shoes. So
wow.
This is my little step into conference.
Excellent choice. And can we see this? It looks very on-brand soul as well. Trying
to kind of kneel and get up, freestanding. Just a quick to any kind of bit late for this year's ordinance. That was what Chester Cathedral did to me.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So you see, you can have exciting things in the background.
Absolutely.
And still be presenting important memorial-based business.
But the focus is the business, of course.
Of course. The shoes are
just with those with eyes to see and ears to hear.
Absolutely. Catherine, for those who don't know who you are, just tell us a little bit about kind of who you are in the world of conference.
In case I hadn't given it away, my role in the conference is that I'm the convener of the Memorials Committee, and our business is tucked away. We started about page 890 in the agenda this year, and you kind of think, have people actually given up the will to live before they get to page 890? I'm kind of passionate about memorials because this is how the Methodist circuits and districts talk to conference, and conference talks back to them. And it's just such an important thing about how we operate that, you know, people, whatever it is that's concerning them, whatever they want to ask, whatever they want to draw to the attention of the conference, if they want the conference to do something, they can send a memorial. And I convene a committee in the middle of May. We discuss draft replies, and it's a wonderful way of communicating. And I mean, those of you who saw conference earlier on will have heard me say we've had 21 memorials on God in Love Unites Us. And I think that's brilliant because it says people are taking this really seriously. They're getting involved in the conversation. They're asking the questions they want to ask, and they're getting replies. And the replies aren't just answering their questions, but lots of other people have probably thought those things. So it's a really good process. And I'll be kind of popping up all through the week because I've got things relating to all different agenda items. So.
Yes, and it feels often like the memorials secretary is one of those people who, we've got 10 minutes. Catherine, are you ready? Are you paying attention?
Which is why I'm a bit anxious about doing it from home, because when you're there, you sit on the front row, invariably eyeballs with the secretary of the conference. So you kind of A, behave, and B, there's somebody kind of giving you a little prod when it's your time to scamper up to the stage. And when you're at home and the dog's just barking at the back door, that's the moment when you think, are they about to announce a memorial? And more importantly, will I miss checking something off on my All We Can bingo?
Oh, you're so on brand, Catherine.
I am so on brand.
All we can.
So well today. I have to confess, card 2, nothing. But card 1,
mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, okay, folks, that's a good challenge. If anybody's cleaned up yet at home with their conference bingo cards, you'll have been paying even more attention than Catherine, which seems unlikely. So go to conference, allwecan.org.uk/conference if you haven't got those yet, or make your own bingo cards. Come up with better words than we did. To play along at home. Lots of love coming in for the shoes, Catherine. Absolutely. Ordination shoes. James's shoes, speak to him.
I mean, had I been there in person, I had planned ahead of time the entire kind of collection for the week, and it was all themed to the colours of the agenda. So they were either going to be red or they were going to be gold. I mean, the jury might be out on quite what colour we're calling the little flash. People who've seen the agendas. Now I'm calling this gold.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, it's a bit of a slightly dirty mustard, but so had I been there in person,
for shoe purposes. Wow.
We would have had these little beauties.
Oh, look at those.
I know.
Amazing.
So it was all going to be red and gold this year. I'm just hoping they have a good colour next year.
Yes, absolutely. This has been the best colours for a long time in terms of matching to outfits. So let us know, folks at home, if you've got shoes that match the conference agenda from any year, even if you've got those sort of, what's the sort of watery blue that we seem to have specialised in for the last couple of years. So, yeah, let us know. And let us know what you're wearing on your feet. Shoe watch is an important part of conference, especially, I feel, what we're trying to do this evening is do some of the stuff that we can't do on Zoom and connect up. And one of the things you can't do on Zoom is see each other's shoes. So get involved at home, folks. Catherine, before we let you go, what are you kind of most looking forward to about the next few days? It's not only just beginning. Is there anything kind of coming up that you're excited about? Anything you're allowed to say the end? What's coming up for you?
Well, I mean, frankly, we've done it now, haven't we? Because Graham has got up and given the All We Can presentation. So really, I mean, apart from a couple of memorials, what are we waiting for? You know?
Well, you thank you for staying so close on message. You're probably more on message than we are, so you might be coming for our job soon. But lots of love coming into for the memorials team as well.
Love to Tim and the guys. It's very yes.
Absolutely. Question about whether Wesley would have worn socks with sandals. Can't imagine anything. So
he would have probably worn those knee socks with ribbons, wouldn't he?
Yeah, the knee sock. And would he have galloped into conference rather than stepped? Which would certainly.
Isn't it by reputation that he ended conference kind of with his saddlebags packed, ready to go, because he read the list of the stations and people didn't know whether, and he was like straight out the door.
Yes, in the days before the mass email that comes at the end of conference. Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight, Catherine. It's been our pleasure to have you on the after show, and we look forward to lots more Shoe Watch and lots more memorials in the days to come. Brilliant. Thank you.
It will all be splendid.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Well, fabulous. Wasn't that fun?
Catherine was really good.
Great.
I'm jealous of the shoe game massively. It's so strong.
I know. Makes my sort of tired old boots feel very out of place.
I was thinking of your shoes. I hope he doesn't show them at some point.
Too late.
Too late. He's done it already. Show one. He's already done it. He's burnt through our content already.
Look at that. Absolutely fat. Yeah. Much love. I think that's probably from Kate for those wonderful sparkly gold numbers. Totally see that. And lots of love coming in for too how Sonia's referring to everybody as siblings, that beautiful inclusive warmth that
weren't both those messages from Barbara and Sonia, those two were just amazing, weren't they? And do recommend anyone who hasn't watched them in their entirety, go back, take some time tonight after the sport's finished, whenever it is, go and watch them, because they are two talks that are just not to be missed this week. They're well worth your time. Absolutely. You won't get that content anywhere else. It's absolutely amazing.
No, yeah, totally kind of rock my socks off to make the think.
I'm done.
Lots of really good stuff. Some temptation to put on some knee socks and sandals. If anybody wants to do that, feel free to tweet the picture at #SteppingToConference. We want to see that. And if anyone does have yellow sandals, if you've got on-brand All We Can shoes, I want to see those.
The more yellow we can get as well. More yellow we want to see again. So people who are in person, if you've got Zoom packed, if you've got some yellow things packed in your hotel room, or if you're going to wear something yellow, that would be awesome too. Or if you were actually at our event, our carnival, you hopefully got a Next Steps badge. Maybe wear that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They look really nice. Yellow sweets, Kate's suggesting. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Very good shout.
Some sherbet lemons.
I enjoyed the Love Feast today. Let us know if you enjoyed doing the Love Feast. What did you eat during the Love Feast, maybe?
Yeah.
Because I know people were different ideas of what they were sharing in their Love Feast. So maybe let us know in the comment section, what did you share with the Love Feast? I saw some people had biscuits, some people had sweets.
All I could find at that time was a custard cream. So that was.
You weren't alone though. I think I saw
a custard cream on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
It has to be. It has to be.
But all this talk of shoes is not just to highlight Catherine's wonderful shoe watch and all the wonderful shoes that we get to see from around the Methodist Conference, but also to connect with All We Can's current campaign about the next steps, where we are walking together in partnership with some of our partners around the world, and particularly with a community called Nkaye in Zimbabwe. They're taking their next steps out of poverty and out of having grappled with and continuing to grapple with COVID and climate change. And so what we're saying to all of you is would you like to get into their shoes and walk alongside them for the next few months, years, even beyond that. So if that's something that interests you, then have a look at our website. The link scrolling across the bottom, allwecan.org.uk/next steps. There's loads of stuff there. Worship resources, you can pre-order. There it is. Look, and lots more, and ways that you can give to and support that valuable work. So thank you for that. Keep sending us your pictures and keep journeying with us. Matt, before we go, we just mentioned Twitter. Should we have a quick look at Methodist Twitter and see what's been?
Yes, I think we should. There's been lots popping off all over Twitter, which I've particularly enjoyed. I mean, just some, and continue to use that Twitter handle as well. I know any of you that are picking up on this probably already know that already, but we are keeping tabs on it too. Yes, it was James Blackall. You're right, Kate. It was tweeted about custard cream, and Gerald just sharing, wasn't he, about how much it meant to hear the words of Reverend Sonia Hicks. Just really powerful, wasn't it, for Gerald to hear what Sonia had to say, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just that kind of massive, kind of big inclusive message of Sonia's being personified by our first ever female black president. It's kind of embarrassing that we've got to 2021 without getting there, but huge credit to Sonia for being there and for just extending that invitation beyond all the walls and boundaries that we put up around God's table. Just so want to echo that, and I've so loved the love for that's been going on #MethodistConf.
It's been good to see
few years.
Too, Tim, the branded, the different variety of face masks being used in person too, not just talking about the Zoom peeps, but also those in person. It's nice to see the variety of face masks. Some people going for the one-use ones. Some people going for the Methodist Church branded ones.
There's some very on-brand ones too.
Good, it's good to see different face masks being used and people forgetting not to take them off. That's also another highlight of mine. When people walk up to the podium,
absolutely.
And forget. We're just so used to, aren't we, just talking for a face mask? But but also, Graham got to share about the work of All We Can. We've been talking about it for the last, we talked about it ever since we joined All We Can, Tim. But to really kind of to see some of those numbers, the figures on screen, across the conference, it was just such a reminder of what this movement's doing. We're having fun here talking about the in the after show, but actually the seriousness of what happens in this movement and the impact it has was really special to see. So we give thanks to the conference for allowing us to share that, because that was really exciting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, totally was. And thank you for that. And then that last one on that little screen was also just from the Methodist Church. We want to see pictures of your setup. So reply to that tweet. You'll find it from earlier on today. It's been great to see. Some people have gone full tech, 3-4 screens, screen for the tweets, screen for the conference. Some people have gone simple. Some people have got pens and paper. Remember them? Still in front of them.
I took notes.
Oh, you've got actual real life notes.
I took notes.
So old school. I love it.
Yeah. Well, what I'm interested to see, maybe, as to kind of build upon that kind of the ask that people made of what was your setup. I wonder if there's some people, because you can do it quite easily on a smartphone now. Is go back, if you were watching the conference this time last year online, because it was online, wasn't it, last year, Tim? I wonder what the difference in setups were for people. Because I can imagine there's less screens. I can imagine people have got more screens.
Yes.
I wonder what the difference was.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be interesting to see.
Definitely. Let us know, and let us know how you're finding this new hybrid version of conference compared to last year's full Zoom version. Basically, we're going to be here every 8 o'clock this week, chatting with different people. Are going to pop up and be more prepared and organised than we are.
That's always true, Tim.
It's always true. And you guys who are tuning in, you're the people who are going to make this really interesting, because we just wanted to make a space where we could all reflect a little bit on some of the stuff that we've missed out on by not being together. And
I love the comments coming in there.
She's got one screen this year, one screen last year, 3 this year.
2 screen upgrade.
Absolute upgrade. James has got 3 screens going, one for the stream, one for the tweets.
The amount of S's in the sentence just does my dyslexia no good.
That's a poet at work, isn't it?
No.
Knows how to alliterate. Absolutely. One for conference and one for Twitter. It's great to have you with us, Catherine. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Catherine.
Patrick's suggesting yellow biscuits. Why have we not got on-brand biscuits yet? The All We Can biscuit.
Custard cream surely is an on-brand biscuit for us, though. I don't think we can kind of adopt. Could we adopt the biscuit? Kind of like, how we have patrons. Some charities, we don't have patrons. We could do like the patron biscuit. The All We Can biscuit is our biscuit of choice. Can we endorse it? I don't think they'll want. It might not. Hopefully, it might help us sell a few more, but they could throw a few quid our way. We're never going to say no.
Yeah, absolutely. Nigel had peaches and ice cream earlier. That sounds lovely.
Very good for your love feast.
Very much enjoying that. Thank you all for sharing some of the lovely things that you've been up to. Yeah, lots of Trinitarian expression in screens. Thank you, Sally, for always having a theological way of engaging with the nonsense that Matt and I spout. So thank you. Trin TV, absolutely love it. Catherine's saying she only remembered the bingo cards, the All Weekend presentation conference, and the hashtag. She was definitely
very
more prepared than us, bringing all the messages into land.
But Tim, we're going to be here irregardless of the result tomorrow, aren't we? So 8 o'clock
we are
tomorrow, irregardless of what happens. At 5 o'clock, we will be, part watching the conference that still goes on, and we'll be praying for those. I'm sure that I wonder if anyone in conference, with a screen on. I wonder, but we'll be here irregardless tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same time, across these channels. Whatever happens, we made that promise to ourselves, haven't we, Tim?
We have. We'll be here, whether it's praying for with remorse and sadness, or whether it's celebrating in joy. We'll be here at 8 o'clock to reflect on whether or not England are still in the Euros.
Exactly.
But in the meantime, before we say goodnight, because we don't want to keep you all who've probably spent a great deal of today around your screens. We don't want to keep you there much longer. Shall we just close with some prayer? Can I just pray for us and for tomorrow's conference business, and for whoever's tuning in, whether you're a conference regular or you've just popped by to see what's going on Facebook. Let's just
Twitter or YouTube.
Or Twitter or YouTube. Thank you. Loving God, we thank you for this time and this space, just where we can connect together. We know that for many of us, the experience of Methodist Conference this last day and over these last few days has been more isolating than usual, and we've missed the community and the coffee and the chats and the hugs and the catch-ups that go with seeing old friends and making new ones at Methodist Conference. So as we make this space just to gather together and just to be the people of God, connecting in this space, we just ask you to bless each one of the people who's tuning in today, wherever they're tuning in from, whether they're somewhere around the Birmingham area and have been there in person today, whether they're tuning in from the USA or somewhere here in the UK. We want you to be at work in their lives and to continue to bless them in whatever the rest of their evening and on into tomorrow means. And so too, Lord, we just pray for the business of conference tomorrow. Many big conversations to continue to be had, conversations about the nature of ministry in the Methodist Church, the changing patterns of ministry, not least in the impacts of the last 18 months on what ministry looks like. Big conversations about trusteeship and oversight in our churches, big conversations about Holy Communion and online worship. We just pray that in all of that chat, all of that conferring, that your Spirit will be at work, and that those who have the power to vote will be discerning your will for the church. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Well, thank you all, and thank you for joining us in prayer with those emojis.
Thank you, all of you. What a great time! I love that.
That was fun.
That was really good fun, Tim. I'll see you again tomorrow night, shall I?
Yeah, we'll see you, Nigel. We'll see you. I'll see you, Matt. I'll see everybody in the comments. Let your friends know, and we look forward to hanging out together. Same time, same place tomorrow.
See you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.